Make your voice heard. 203-333-9422. Back to Melissa in the Morning on WICC 600 AM and 107.3 FM.
For this Financial Friday, we are talking about taxes. You can't be that surprised, though. Come on now. April 15th is the tax deadline, and the clock is ticking. So no better time than now to talk to Bill Leavitt, our friend, of course, and the founder of Bridgelight Financial Advisors. Welcome back, Bill. Good morning.
Good morning, Melissa. How are you this morning?
Honestly, I'm a little shocked that you even have the time to come on the show, because any of my friends who work in the financial advisor taxes industry, y'all's heads are just spinning right now, right? This is like your crazy season.
It is definitely for CPAs and accountants. There's no question. But I always have time for your listeners.
Oh, you're the best, Bill. This is why we love you so much. This and all of the information you provide for us, of course. Let's talk about taxes, especially how it impacts retirement. Bill, do you mind just sharing with us what should people know about when it comes to taxes and the impact on your financial future, especially if retirement is in the near future?
You know, it's something I think that a lot of people don't pay attention to when they do their planning. It's essentially important. Taxation is one of the biggest expenses that you're going to pay for the rest of your life. And you want to get retirement right. You want to make sure you're making all the right decisions. And, this is top of mind right now, right, Melissa? Everybody's have filed their tax returns. They're looking at it. And it's typically a time where they pay attention to it. So this is a great time to be looking over what you're doing to make sure that you can be in the best position you can for retirement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly. I mean, here's another thing, Bill, because I know just personally from hearing from my parents and some of their friends that there are tax laws on the books right now. I should say there are laws on the books federally that really impacted, I feel like, a lot of people, especially in the middle and upper middle class in this last go around. Some people, filed their taxes and already know if they're getting returns or if they owe. And it does sound like it was, for some people, a very tricky year. I don't know if you can agree with that or not. I'm not sure if you have seen that.
Well, I think everybody's situation is different. And the bigger picture, I think, that you should be looking at is that in a few short years, our tax bill is going to change. It's already in the law. Tax rates are going to go up. Standard deductions are going to go down. And I know we've had a bit of this conversation before, but I think that Americans are going to be quite surprised when that happens. And they need to be prepared for it.
So that is actually a really great point. And again, we have Bill Leavitt here, who is the founder of Bridgelight Financial Advisors, for our Financial Friday segment. And with the tax deadline coming up on April 15th, what better time to talk about our taxes than now? So what can people do to reduce taxes, especially if they're planning for retirement, Bill?
Well, there's two ways to look at this. One, if you're already in that stage or you're preparing for retirement, you should be, one, saving. Two, you should be putting money in a 401k plan if you have an employer and they offer it. But one part that's left out on most employer plans that employees don't know about is they should be contributing, if they're able to a Roth 401k. Now, this is a little bit different because it's not pre-tax money coming in. It's after-tax money. But everything that grows in that Roth 401k is tax-free to you for the rest of your life.
Wow.
And if you're an individual and you have the capacity to, you should open up a individual Roth IRA account at a brokerage or a bank or somewhere and make a contribution to that too, because that money will be tax-free for the rest of your life. Not only will it be tax-free for the rest of your life, but for legacy purposes onto the next generation, it's tax-free too. So you can make if you're under 50, you can make a $7,000 contribution this year, and if you're over 50, you can do a catch-up on a Roth IRA.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting, Bill. Now, I imagine, Bill, and you and I have talked about this so much in the past, but this is obviously not a one-size-fits-all, right? I mean, everybody has their own retirement journey, their goals. Maybe certain amounts are going to be different, obviously, from one person to the next. And that's why I love that you do these different seminars. In fact, you have 2 seminars coming up next week where people can attend your Bridge Life Financials, Taxes, and Retirement. What happens in this, and where can people get more information?
Well, we're having those events next week on April 16th and April 18th. It's going to be at Il Palio at 6:30, and we are going to go over the real impact of taxation and retirements through the journey into retirement. And we're going to show the real tax strategies, things that people can actually take and utilize to reduce taxation while they're preparing or getting into the retirement phase.
Yeah, so it's a really great opportunity. And again, it's super local to my listeners. It's right here in Shelton at Il Palio. And there are 2 different dates. It's April 16th and 18th. And that is the Bridge Life Financials, Taxes, and Retirement events. Do they have to register ahead of time? I would imagine they do, Bill.
Yeah, you can go up to our website at bridgelightadvisors.com, and you can register for it. And for everybody who does register for it, they're going to get a free ebook, Tax Strategies for Retirement.
Oh, that's awesome. Love that, Bill. So, again, if you want to register, you have to do that ahead of time. Go to bridgelightadvisors.com. And you also can go there if you want to connect with Bill and his team, of course, at Bridge Light Financial Advisors. And, Bill, ahead of Monday, any last-minute thoughts or anything else you want to leave with our listeners?
File on time.
You're like, here's a way to save money. Don't be late. That's a good one. Love that.
Don't be late. You get your contributions in if you haven't made them. You have a short window to be able to do it. Make sure you're funding your retirement accounts. The window is closing quick.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so, Bill, thank you. We always appreciate having you on the show, and I love getting your insight, especially into things that are complicated, like taxes and retirement. So we appreciate you, and we will talk again very soon.
Thanks, Melissa. Have a great day.
You too. And I just want to remind folks again, those 2 dates are coming up next week. So make sure you go online and you register at bridgelightadvisors.com. One is on the 16th of April, the other on the 18th, and it's at Il Palio right here in Shelton. We always appreciate Bill Leavitt, again, the founder of Bridge Light Financial Advisors here on WICC. Their website again, bridgelightadvisors.com. We're going to turn things over to the Lisa Wexler Show from 10 to noon. We've got Paul